Hey everybody. So today's going to be a little different. Before we start the sewing projects that I'm going to lead you through, we're going to talk a little bit about patterning, at least what I've learned as I've gone through this. Okay, this is not the end all be all. Some of it may not even be right, but this is what worked for me. Okay, so the end goal is we're going to be doing a geometric pants, tunic, coat, over tunic, all those things, and doing it as close to a period manner as possible while still being cheap. That's the goal. Okay. So, as you can see here, this kind of is I have the pattern for my caftan. All right. Now these are kind of short woolish coats. Generally go down to about mid-thigh. At least ones I've seen. Very rarely do they go much farther than that. Okay. Now these are all over Europe, Eastern Europe, parts of the Mediterranean. It's pretty common. Okay. So what I did is I broke it up, into panels. What do I need? All right. So, like for instance, the coat has a set of body panels. It's going to have the sleeves. It's going to have a gore in the back. This part is where I'm actually looking at making some trim for the coat, and that part is what goes like around here. Okay, so kind of thought processing. All right. Of course, Plum has to try and come help because she hears me talking and thinks I'm talking to somebody else, not her. Alright, so tunics. This is not the simple method, okay? This is geometric method. Alright, so for here, tunic, you would have a body panel, maybe two, depending on how wide your panels are, sleeves, gussets, gores. Okay, same for the over tunic, be just slightly bigger, so it goes over top. Braise, you have your legs, have the crotch piece, the butt piece, two cap pieces, waist piece, ties. Breech count leggings, that's a totally different thing. That's more specific to me for my persona. Alright. So, why am I showing you all this and not really explaining anything? Because I'm going to show you how to do it now. Right? And get you an idea of how it works. Alright. So, first thing you want to do is you want to go grab yourself. Now, this is if you're not doing measurements. I don't know how to do measurements properly. Okay? So I'm not even going to pretend how to teach. I'm going to go with what I know how it works. So go find you a t-shirt. Specifically, a t-shirt that fits you loosely, that you like, your comfiest t-shirt that doesn't stretch when you put it on. Okay? Alright. Then we're going to use that as our pattern. All right, with me so far? All right. So, follow along. It's like watching cartoons. So, we have our t-shirt, right? big thing is that it does not stretch. I'll tell you about that a little bit in a second. Alright? The reason you don't want to stretch it is because the material that you're going to be making your tunic out of is going to be cotton or linen, and those things aren't going to stretch like the more knitty stuff the t-shirts are made out of. If you have a really great cotton t-shirt that doesn't really stretch, use that. The big thing is don't stretch. Alright, so if we're doing, oh, cats, get down, get down. You can't see the faces they're making at me. They're very, very, well, there's words I could use for it. Cats. Alright, so you got your t-shirt here, right? We're going to start breaking these up into panels. Alright, so here's a panel, here's a panel. So here's one, here's two, here's three. So 2 sleeves, body panel, back panel. Alright, now to make this longer and to give it a little body, here's another panel. This is the gore, so we'll also need one over here. In case you guys are missing it, this is the nonsense I'm dealing with. All 3 of them. I know that's what people really watch these videos for, is just purely cats getting in my way. Okay. Alright. Back to this. Then we also need a small panel here, small panel here. So we got our body, we got our gussets, we got our gores, and then we got our sleeves. Okay. See how we did that? Alright, now, when we make our tunic, if you have material or fabric that, came off a bolt, great. If you don't, and you have like a bed sheet or something like that, also works just as well. Alright? Here's why. So, imagine you've got a great big sheet. Okay? Not really great big. Say you got a twin size sheet, which is more than enough to make it, a tunic and whatever else you need. Alright? So, here's your twin size sheet. Before you've done anything to it, it's longer than it is wide. It's a nice rectangle, right? Alright? You are going to fold it over long ways after we tell all the cats to go away, right? Long ways, like that. All right. Then you'll also fold your t-shirt. Okay. So we've got everything all nice. We've got our t-shirt folded in half. Alright. We're just pretending this is half. Alright. We've also got our sheet. Fold it over. Now there's 2 ways you can go about this. Alright. Here's our sheet. For length, you can either just cheat and kind of slide out this way, and then we extend our sleeves, or you can make it longer do this more as a straight line versus a curved line. Cut out 2 of these. This is now a gore and a gore. Doesn't have to be exactly that way, but you get you the idea. Okay? And then you have your extra length here, so say this comes down to mid-thigh. For your gussets, you need 2 squares. Alright, whatever is going to be from here to here. However much room you need to get your arms through. Alright. Now you can use chalk to mark these out, but then you need to come out. If you're new to it, come out an extra inch. Alright, this isn't super fitted. You just need room to do your seams. Okay, so you need an extra inch. With me so far, clear as mud. Alright. Now, if your sheet is long enough, you can cut your whole, your sheet's full in half. You can do your whole body panel for both front and back as one piece. Okay, so now say we did that and we have this one long piece. You go to cut your neck hole and then you realize, right, one, if you're doing a keyhole, you'll be fine. Your head will slip through. Alright, but you'll also notice on no matter what t-shirt it is, your head's gonna slide through and that stuff's gonna stretch. Right, you're gonna need more room for that when you cut your neck hole. Okay, so here's how we're gonna do that. This will be a little easier when I'm showing you and you have something you can follow along behind, which should get you guys an idea of that you can do this later on by yourself. Alright, so we have our sheet, right? It's all one piece. We've got our body panel, right? It is still folded in half lengthwise. Alright. We need to unfold it and fold it widthwise. Alright. And then refold it lengthwise. Right? So imagine you'll have 2 sides there. Okay? Alright. The reason you do this is this is folded in length, folded in half widthwise. Okay? So we have one side showing. And then we fold it again. Let me see if I can grab something to illustrate this a little better. Okay. Imagine this cloth or this towel is long enough to do both sides, right? Okay. So I'm going to fold it lengthwise in half. All right. And then if we fold it widthwise, we can cut all the parts of our neck out right here. If we're doing a keyhole, then our head will slide through no problem. Now, we are not doing a keyhole. Things are a little different. Alright. When you fold it lengthwise, you need to shortchange one end by about 1 inch. Okay? This is going to make it so, see how on our t-shirt up here, see how when you look at your shirt you lay it out flat, right? Notice how there's always that bit in the back that looks higher up than the front. This is why. So that when it rests on your shoulders, especially if you have one of those t-shirts that is a couple panels, that seam lays right on the middle of your shoulders. Alright? So, shortchange it about 1 inch, then fold it over, then cut your neck. Right? If you're iffy, cut it short. Okay? Cut it a little tight. You still got to fold it over. You can always trim off more if you need to. You can't put back. Alright? That's kind of the heads up of what's going to be going on. Really zero. Alright. So, for these next couple videos, we're going to be working on a geometric tunic, and if I have the extra piece, I will show you the quick and easy as well. Okay? So just remember, we're going to plot out using something we know fits, is comfortable, we like the way it fits, but is non-stretchy. Right? If it's stretchy, this will not work, because the material you're going to end up using won't be stretchy and it won't fit, and it may be too small when we cut it out. Okay? So, for next time, when we do tunic, you'll need t-shirt that's comfy, like the fit of, does not stretch, and your material you're going to make your tunic out of. Right? Geometric makes the most out of smaller amounts of fabric. The sloppy method wastes more fabric, but is quicker and easier when you're starting out. Okay? So, that's kind of the start. Now it's a little different. We're going to go from here and then start sewing on our tunics, and then we'll do a little bit more. And, I've also started talking to some people about doing some interviews with other folks who aren't peers, doing things, may also have cats that constantly get in the way, new folks that have been playing for a long time, doing cool things. Alright? So if you've seen it, like if you're on Reddit or on the Facebook page or something, you'd be interested, let me know. Kind of go from there. Hope everybody else is having a good day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.